Wait. Hold up. You mean to tell me that CJ Wallace, the son of the legendary Biggie Smalls, is being accused of helping Diddy in a wild assault setup, and at the same time, he's releasing a documentary about his father's legacy? I'm sorry, y'all, but this right here, this feels like a crossover episode between Law & Order and Behind the Music, but with more scandal, more drama, and way more bad boy energy. What's up, fam? Welcome back to Extra Hot Topic, where we break down the news that everybody is whispering about, but we say it loud, messy, and with all the receipts in hand. And today, we got a double scoop of drama and legacy, and it all centers around the son of one of the most iconic figures in hip-hop history, the Notorious B.I.G. Y'all already know Biggie's name rings bells, right? But today, we're not talking about a remix of Juicy. We're talking about his son, CJ Wallace, who just got caught up in a lawsuit that's accusing Sean Diddy Combs of doing some extremely disturbing things. And guess what? CJ is allegedly involved. Not only that, but in the exact same breath, CJ's dropping a documentary to honor his father's legacy called Understanding Christopher Wallace. Yes! The contrast is insane. So this video is about two things: a deeply serious lawsuit naming Diddy and CJ Wallace, a legacy-defining documentary that aims to bring Biggie Smalls to life through his son's eyes. This ain't just celebrity gossip. This is legacy on the line, lawsuits in motion, and hip-hop history being rewritten in real time. Let's get into it, because this is Extra Hot Topic, and we came prepared. According to court documents filed earlier this month, a man identified only as John Doe has filed a lawsuit alleging he was lured to a Revolt TV location back in 2020 under false pretenses. And who does he say was behind the invite? None other than CJ Wallace himself, son of the late rap legend Biggie Smalls. The same CJ who the world mostly knows as soft-spoken, artistic, and trying to step into his own lane while honoring his dad's legacy. Yeah, that CJ. The transportation for Doe was allegedly arranged by Combs Corporations, according to the court filing. That means the trip was official, professional, and planned. But what Doe claims happened once he arrived is chilling. And I'm gonna walk y'all through it because every detail matters. He says he got to the location, a Revolt TV set or building, expecting something completely different. But once he arrived, Doe claims he was ambushed by a group of men. According to the lawsuit, these men forcibly took him into a private room, and waiting inside that room was, you guessed it, Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this is where things take a real disturbing turn. The complaint says that several of the attackers held the plaintiff's head down as Diddy attempted to force him into a disturbing act. The lawsuit further claims that Diddy used threats and intimidation tactics during the situation, specifically threatening the plaintiff's future associations and opportunities with Combs Corporations if he didn't cooperate, allegedly turning this into a power play situation. Doe claims that after the incident, he was able to flee and return to the vehicle that had been arranged to bring him. And guess what? CJ Wallace, Charlie Mack, and several others were allegedly right there waiting, and they drove him back home. That detail right there gave me pause. Like, think about that. Not only is CJ allegedly present before the incident, but also afterward, playing a role in transportation. It adds a level of premeditation that the plaintiff clearly believes shows a coordinated setup. It gets even deeper. Doe says he believes a photo was taken of him during the incident, and that it was meant for blackmail and to humiliate him. In other words, not just trauma, but a digital receipt of that trauma that could be weaponized. And when it comes to CJ, the lawsuit explicitly labels him a henchman, not just someone in the room, not just a bystander, but an active participant who allegedly promised Doe career help and then allegedly set him up. Let's be clear, these are allegations, but they're being taken seriously enough to be filed in court. And this ain't the first time this plaintiff has spoken out. This is the same John Doe who previously accused Diddy of throwing a semen-soaked Notorious B.I.G shirt at him. And y'all, as if that wasn't enough, Doe also claims that Diddy once said to him he was going to out of him. allegedly used as an intimidation tactic. Diddy's team is pushing back hard. Here's their official statement given to the news. Mr. Combs' trial and acquittal on trafficking and RICO charges proves what we have been saying all along. Mr. Combs never assaulted or trafficked anyone. That people continue to broadcast and file false accusations, no matter how heinous and uncorroborated, is unfortunate, but Mr. Combs will not back down. He will fight for as long as necessary to win his full vindication. So now the plaintiff is suing Diddy, CJ Wallace, and others involved. But as of now, CJ Wallace has remained completely silent on the matter. And now, let's talk about the wild timing of it all. Because just as this lawsuit hits the public eye, CJ Wallace is out here working on a full-on documentary about his dad. And not just any documentary. This is being done through Time Studios, and it's called Understanding Christopher Wallace. Unlike the many docs, features, and tributes that have told Biggie's story before, this one's from the perspective of CJ himself, a son who never got to know his father. At the time of Biggie's death in 1997, CJ was only 5 months old. In a statement shared with The Hollywood Reporter, CJ said, "Over the past few years, I realized my personal journey is connected to understanding who Christopher George Notorious Wallace was outside of his big rap persona. I'm on a journey to fully understand the world he lived in and the massive impact he had on American and Black history." The doc will bounce between CJ's life in the 2020s and Biggie's life in the 1980s, exploring fatherhood, identity, and legacy. It promises never-before-seen perspectives on who Biggie really was, not just as an artist, but as a man. We're talking deep conversations with folks who knew him best. Faith Evans, Lil Kim, Jadakiss, Lil Cease, and more. It's emotional. It's raw. And it's CJ finally stepping into the shadow of his father and making it his own space. According to Time Studios, this documentary isn't just about hip-hop. It's about what it means to carry the last name of a cultural icon. It's about legacy and loss. The head of documentaries at Time Studios, Lauren Hammond, said, "The Notorious B.I.G. has such an immense impact on not only music, but also on popular culture as a whole. But this film is about so much more than that. It's about fatherhood, loss, and love. It's incredibly special to be able to let audiences learn about the man behind the myth through CJ's eyes. And it's being directed by Vikram Gandhi, a storyteller known for his humanizing work. So yeah, this is gonna be powerful. But here's the conflict. Can the public separate the legacy from the lawsuit? Can CJ simultaneously honor his father while defending himself in court over allegations this serious? Only time will tell. Man, I gotta say, this one hit different. Like, on one side, you've got the weight of Biggie's name, one of the most legendary artists in the history of hip-hop. And on the other side, you've got his son possibly being implicated in one of the messiest lawsuits involving Diddy in years. This isn't just about one person's reputation. This is about legacy. This is about trust. This is about power and whether it's being used to uplift or to exploit. I'm keeping my eyes wide open on how this develops. And you already know Extra Hot Topic will be right here to bring you all the updates, the receipts, the reactions, and the tea with no sugar added. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Do you think CJ should speak out? Does this lawsuit change how you see the Biggie legacy? And will you be watching the Understanding Christopher Wallace documentary? As always, don't forget to like, comment, and smash that subscribe button. This is Extra Hot Topic, where the stories are hot, the topics are hotter, and the tea is always boiling. Stay safe, stay woke, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.